It's the 16th of April, and this is a short video of our digs on 5705 Long Drive, Granbury, Texas. This is our back patio with the brick that we just put in and the new tile that you can see on the back patio. We have 4 different varieties of geraniums that are growing back here and doing well. There's the 3 of them over there behind the pillar, and out here are some red ones. The rosemary, we have 3 separate plants and it's doing very well. Down here in this corner are some mums that are from last fall that are coming back. Down in here we have a couple pepper plants. You see blossoms on it, and tomatoes with blossoms on it. Over here is Linda's herb garden. Down in there she has coriander and all kinds of interesting things growing in there. This is a set of tomato plants that we're getting tomatoes off of already. They're little cherry tomatoes, and Linda likes those for salad. This is a wave petunia. It's gorgeous. It's about 2.5 feet across, and the hummingbirds and hummingbird moths really like it. Down here are some plants that I started from seed. There's nasturtiums here on the right, and beefsteak tomatoes in there, and these are vincas in here. I'll show you what they look like later on. And this is some cosmos here, and up here we have I forget what they are. Right there, a couple pots of that, and then we have some more wave petunias up here. Again, the hummingbirds really like to come flying in here and feed off of both the wave down here and up there. Over here we have a thornless rose vine that's growing. You can see this is covered with yellow blossoms. It's pretty cool. It's about right at 70 today. Generally the weather's been in the 80s and 60 or 70 at night. Around here we have an iris bed. We have a lot of iris beds. Interestingly, the white ones are the ones that are coming up first. Down there at the end is an oleander plant, a vine bush that got a little bit of frost damage on it from the winter. That's our single garage. Growing up against the single garage, you can see part of the fence we put up for when we get a golden retriever puppy. Those are 3 fig trees behind the single garage, and we have a little bed here that I just planted some orange marigolds in, and you see the grass is looking pretty good. In this bed right here we have some Roma tomatoes. They have blossoms all over them, and a couple pepper plants. The bed down here is about 75 foot long. I'll try to explain to you what's in here in general. Up at this end are canna lilies, which are up about 10 inches, and they'll go to 3 to 4 foot high and have beautiful blossoms on them all year long. There's a couple white iris right there. Here we have some sunflowers that I planted, and they're approaching 2 foot tall, and that's again for the birds. And I don't know why, but these iris here are a little bit yellow, but they'll come out of it. I have a row of Chinese snow peas underneath the fence, and they're starting to come up and grab the wire. We have a whole row of marigolds rather, all the way down to the other end. These are our zucchini plants, and probably within 2 to 3 weeks they'll start having blossoms, and we'll have some zucchini. There's one there and there's one over there. I just started those from seed. Again, you can look in there and see that the Chinese snow peas are waving in the wind. We have these decorative grass plants that are every once in a while down this bed, and they're just that. This tree right here, bush, it looks like it's dead. It's not. It's a myrtle, and that's what they look like. And you can see the blossoms on, not blossoms, but the green sprouts starting to come back out again. Again, there's some more. I have some oleanders planted on down. This one right here is a Birdhouse Gourd. I just planted 6 of those I grew from seed, and they're going to climb up the fence and hopefully cover it. And on down here, these are hollyhocks that are growing right in here. And I'll try to go back out again. Some more Birdhouse Gourds. The plants down there that are just coming up are butterfly bushes, and they'll cover this end of the trellis and it make it real nice. You see here Linda has a couple bird feeders, and they drop sunflowers. So these are all volunteer sunflowers from that. The guy down in there is a dahlia. I planted 6 tubers of dahlias. There's another one right there. And here along the back road, the green thing sticking up are gladiolas. I planted 48 of them, and 49 of them came up, so they did really well. This is hollies. There's about 7 of them along here that we replanted. The oleanders that were here died in the winter year before last, and so we had to replant. So that's what they are. And this is a dahlia that's really gone up, been really well. Another one here that's smaller down this end. It tends to be a little bit drier. So that's the way it is. I'm looking over here, right over that direction is the airport at landing strip. And I'll come around here, you see how green the grass is everywhere, ours included. I'll walk over here to this side of the fence. In this bed right here, we have 4 myrtles. I'm going to plant 8 or so Bmw tomatoes in here tomorrow and grow them up there. So the other side of this fence, the deer room, you can see what our lawn looks like. We have 0.5199 acres, roughly 1/46 the size of what our farm was. You can see the myrtles over there coming back. You can see some white iris if you look way up at the end. They're in bloom, and there's some marigolds that I planted yesterday around a pecan tree and at the end of that bed. I'll walk around front and show you what vincas look like, and then we'll wrap this up. So I'm going around the east side of the house between our single car garage and our double car garage, and out the gate up our driveway. Again, there's a shot of what everything looks like on the back patio, somewhat from the distance. This is not staged, it's pretty much the way I keep it all the time. That yellow rose bush here is pretty, I'll tell you that. It didn't bloom last year, so maybe it blooms every other year or whatever. So I just put this new garage door on. The other one was rusted out and termites had got in the bottom. So that was a job I wouldn't wish on anybody. So I'm going out the gate. This is looking in our garage. Since we last saw you, we have a new Bmw X5 SUV, and that's the one sitting there to the left. And I'll get things right here in a minute. And Linda's car is over to the right. So this bed here is where I just planted vincas, and this little guy right here is a vinca. They're very good in dry weather, don't take much water, and the deer don't eat them. That's the big thing. So we'll walk up our driveway. This is our yard over here too, that you can see a little bit of. Beds here. We go over to that sprinkler that's sticking up over there. This is what the front of the house looks like. I'm putting over flat of marigold up here in front. We're still a little bit winterized in places, but it's starting to come back. You can see the beds over there. So I don't know, I haven't counted how many flower beds we got, but it's a lot. So that's what it is. It takes me about 45 minutes to mow, a couple hours to trim. So that's not too awful bad. It's not like the farm where it took about 3 hours just to mow. So there you go. You see what we're looking like on the 16th of April. Things are greening up and coming out of it. It's a very mild day. Things are looking good here in Texas.